Previously on Masterchef, it's your first dessert challenge.
Your futures in this kitchen are at stake right now.
Do not crumble under pressure.
Considering I've never done this before, I'm pretty confident that I've nailed this right now.
Well done, all of you.
Yes!
Make your way up to the balcony. One of you have cooked for your very last time inside this incredible kitchen. Evan, please place your apron on your bench.
Let's go, Evan.
Tonight, we are now down to the top 16. The home cooks fight for immunity
Let's go.
in an epic team challenge.
Blue team.
Two captains will teach the entire team how to execute a 3-course Italian meal.
Your future in this competition depends on these people.
Ah, you burned me. Oh!
I know exactly what I'm doing.
Okay.
Trust me.
We've never done a challenge this difficult, this early on, with this many home cooks in the kitchen.
Now,
But season 10, this is the time to do it.
welcome, guys.
Awesome. All right.
16, baby.
Let's go.
Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it.
There we go.
Uh-oh, knew it.
Oh, this is a team challenge.
I hate team challenges. A team challenge, you have to give up some control. I'm used to being by myself. I like cooking alone. I hate putting my fate in the hands of other people.
We are now down to the top 16 home cooks to the extraordinary 10th season of MasterChef. Come on.
Yeah.
Tonight, you have a team challenge. And the challenge you face tonight, the biggest risk that I personally have ever taken in this competition. But first, let's divide up into teams. From Bree to the right, you're the red team. From Michael to the left, you're the blue team. Please put on your aprons.
It's a team challenge, and you better get your team on point or you're not gonna have immunity. That's the bottom line. I was on the losing team the first time. I'm not used to losing. So at this point, I'm just hoping I'm on the right team. Red team redemption.
Red
right
team
here.
redemption, let's go.
Now, all of you, take a look around. Because your future in this competition depends on these people. But there is one very important aspect that is still up in the air. Your captains, who today will have a lot riding on their shoulders.
Because those captains are heading to a restaurant. And let me tell you something, it's one of the best in all of Los Angeles.
It's a restaurant that I happen to know very, very well because we will be going to my restaurant, Osteria Mozza.
Wow. Let's go, Joe.
Two captains will have to learn how to make a gourmet, authentic, 3-course Italian meal.
So cool.
You will then have to come back here and teach the entire team how to execute that meal for us.
Let's do it.
This is the 10th anniversary of MasterChef. In none of those 10 years of MasterChef have I ever brought amateur home cooks into the kitchen of my restaurant.
Love that. Let's roll.
Now, if you think you have what it takes to lead your team to victory and you want to be the captain, raise your hands. Right, hands down. Convince us, and Joe especially, why you should be the captain.
To start, I'm Italian.
Done deal. Sign him up.
It's fair, right?
That already qualifies you for many things, but continue.
I have not lost any challenge in the MasterChef kitchen yet. I have also worked in several restaurants, including a 3-Michelin-starred kitchen for a month this summer.
Good stuff.
For starters, I'm literally a captain.
You are a captain.
As long as we communicate, I feel like I can run this team straight to victory.
Interesting.
I'd love to get in your restaurant and learn.
I have leadership skills. I think I'm a great communicator.
I run a business. I have more employees than teammates right now, which means, I know how to do this.
Compelling because running a business is a big part of restaurants. Suba, you're the only one who doesn't raise your hand. You don't want to hang out with me? I thought me and you in my car could be pretty good. Sexy Suba and Jazzy Joe down Highland Boulevard.
Suba and Jazzy Joe.
Leadership is all about leading when needed and following when needed to be.
That's admirable.
Appreciate that.
That said, from the blue team, I've decided that I'd like Michael to be the captain.
Well done, buddy. You got this. You got this, buddy.
From the red team, Nick to be the captain.
Let's go, baby. Minute.
Hope you guys are ready for what you signed up for. Let's go. Car waits. Let's go to Osteria Mozza.
Memory. Remember everything.
Come on, let's go.
All the little stuff. Pay attention. We believe in you.
Drive carefully, Joe.
All right, boys, let's go.
My strategy is essentially to take as many notes as I can. I want to bring everything back to my team so that we can perfectly replicate what I see at Osteria Mozza.
My overall strategy is to really take charge. I have my own business. When I build a house, I don't actually lift a hammer. I'm gonna be managing everything.
All right, boys, we're here. Welcome to Osteria Mozza. Liz is the executive chef of the Osteria. This is Michael, captain of the blue team, and Nick,
Hello,
captain of the red team.
How are you, chef? Nice to meet you.
So today, Liz will demonstrate and teach you how to make 3 of the signature dishes of Osteria Mozza.
Awesome.
Right, Liz?
Yeah. First is a pasta course, the ricotta and egg raviolo with brown butter and sage. It's a very simple dish. It is just a pasta stuffed with ricotta filling and an egg yolk in the middle. And when you cut into it, the egg just oozes right out.
It has to ooze, though.
So we are going to start by making the filling for the raviolos.
Start with the ricotta, which is dry, grano padano, dried grating cheese, and then you have nutmeg.
We're gonna do just a few turns in there.
It can be very sharp and pungent, so it's really a very small quantity.
Now we're gonna make the pasta dough. 2 cups of just regular all-purpose flour. Isn't this how your grandma did it?
My grandmother still does it
Nona?
this way. She's 99.
Oh, wow.
I think this is the most difficult challenge yet, but at the same time, making an Italian pasta dish from scratch is something that I did with my family growing up, and that's something that Joe and I share in common.
This is your make or break time, okay? If you mess this up, you gotta start over.
The egg yolk, which is the star of this raviolo, will nestle into the ricotta. The ricotta gets warm, the yolk warms up a little bit, but is still perfectly runny.
The pasta dish is very simple. There's actually not very many ingredients. It's all about technique.
What is the sauce for this pasta?
Literally butter and sage. And we were browning the butter and frying the sage in that butter.
So as much as I feel confident in my own abilities to cook, can I communicate it to my team? I mean, this is basically a game of telephone.
And see how bubbly it is and foamy? That's perfectly brown butter.
Amazing.
And Joe's gonna garnish with some grana padano.
And this is ready to serve. Go ahead, cut it open.
Oh, wow.
That's what you're looking for. All right, second dish. This is
Lamb rack in a tahini and dried Persian lime marinade. The marinade is very simple and straightforward. So I'm gonna start here with tahini, coriander, and smoked paprika. And that gives it really good color.
You notice the quantity of the seasoning that she's using?
A lot of salt. Oh my gosh.
I think if one of you two figured out how to season properly, you could probably win the whole competition. It's that important.
Right.
So this takes at least 7 minutes per side.
Wow.
So when you're cutting the lamb, you're following the bones.
You want it to be as close to even as possible.
Sure.
Of course.
For plating, just a little dollop of marinade, some broccolini, do a little cross with your lamb, and obviously the more attractive piece on top.
Wow.
Next, we are going to do the sea trout with the Umbrian lentils and the red cabbage sottotetto. You want the cabbage to be soft, but not mushy.
Okay.
Okay, so while the cabbage is cooking down, we're gonna start our lentils.
The lentils are tricky, right? Like you get lentils around a lot, they're like mush. Bad.
Bad.
You want to feel each one under your teeth.
This is Tasmanian sea trout. Salt the skin, but not pepper it. And in order to get evenly crispy skin, you hold it down. And if your finger slips, the skin will slide right off. You'll have like a bald fish.
There's a lot of pressure here. It's me versus Michael trying to soak in as much information as we can. I have to be drawing diagrams, I have to be taking notes. It's sort of a crazy thing because if the captain doesn't get the right information, then it's over and we lose.
Now I'm gonna teach you an Italian nona.